How would everyone be doing on this beautiful, beautiful day? I don't know, I'm just asking. My name is Pipo, aka Violet Citizen, and I just so happen to be the coach of Leech United, your friendly neighborhood scrubby team. And I'm bringing you week 2 of season 3 of the CCL, in which Leech United are going up against Le Parasect du Germain and Shroomraver, their coach. I am not too happy about the matchup that I have against Shroom, but I have watched his game. Like, he's the reigning champion of the PPL, so he must be good, right? And I've watched quite a lot of his games, and he seems to be like the player that I'd like to come up against. He likes his weird sets. He makes nice offensive plays. It's a good match to have. Like, it's going to be interesting no matter what. So yeah, looking at his draft, it's pretty scary. I don't want to look at his draft. He has Eggy Slash, he had the first pick, and he went for the good pick, so there's that. He has a lot of steel types that I kind of struggle with. He has some pretty mean cores in, like, I don't like Milotic, I don't like Azov, I don't like Hydreigon, I don't like a lot of things on his team. They're all really threatening and really scary, and I'm not too, like, I wasn't too eager to prepare for that, but I also wanted to, like, get some memes going on and play well. So what I decided to bring is Rain with some stuff. I'll elaborate just one by one. I'll take the Pokemons one by one. I brought Fake Out, Swords Dance, and Dual Stab Weavile because I was kind of expecting a Sash Azelf, and I thought Fake Out plus a knockoff. When it has a Life Orb, it can take out an Azelf, even if it has a Colbur Berry, so that's why I gave it Life Orb. Now I have Politoed because obviously I want Rain in the team. It's a specially defensive set with enough special attack investment to hit KO Hydreigon after rocks, and be within a chance to hit KO without rocks as well. It has Scald, it has Hypnosis, and it has Hidden Power Grass, because I also want to do quite a lot of damage to the Seismitoad if he decides to bring it, which he actually did. Then I have Talonflame to kind of take care of some steel types and Hitmontop. For being the caretaker of steel types, it doesn't have any fire type attacks, it just has Willow. But I think Willow is pretty much all it needs because it's not going to be an offensive threat. It's specially defensive as well. And it's supposed to just come in on Eggy Slash or anything else, hit a Willow, and then just roost up and stall out things. Now, I have Kingdra in the rain, and it's bound to be a Swiftstream Kingdra, right? No, it's not. It's a Sniper Critdra that has max special attack and quite enough. Like, it has enough speed to outspeed, I don't know, like Milotic and max speed Eggy Slash and stuff like that. And the rest goes into bulk. Focus Energy, and the crit boosting item, I think it's like a claw, something, Razor Claw, maybe, something like that. And Draco Meteor and Hydro Pump pretty much to hit KO his whole team after with the whole crit shenanigans going on. So there's that. I also have Substitute. I had Agility, but I just before the game I thought maybe Substitute is going to be more beneficial for my team, so let's see how that is going to go. And then I have the Mimicore of the team, in which I have Ferrothorn, Stealth Rock, Brave Nature, and almost max attack to be able to do hit KO Milotic. Shadow Claw to be able to 3-hit KO or 2-hit KO if he's going into attack stance. The Eggy Slash, and also to hit KO the Azelf, although I don't think that I'm going to be staying in on an Azelf because it's going to have fire type coverage. And last but not least I have Gravity. Gravity kind of helps if he decides to go with Magnet Rise on his steel types, namely Klefki and Eggy Slash. and it keeps them grounded so that Mega Swampert that has Earthquake can come in and kind of take care of them. Now, on Mega Swampert I also have Waterfall, I have Ice Punch because coverage, and I have Dynamic Punch because since I'm using since I'm using Gravity, I might as well go for a low accuracy move and be a Mimi cunt like myself, and you know, confuse hacks people to death. So that's pretty much the theme. Let's just go into the game, shall we? Okay, so I kind of predict the Azelf lead on the first turn, so I lead with my Weavile. I felt like he would have some kind of fighting coverage and it could be tempting to stay in with Azelf, so I went for the fake out. And he decides to switch into his Klefki. He makes a good play, he takes a fake out, he takes like 1 damage after the leftovers, and he decides to set up his spikes. Now, in my mind, Klefki cannot really touch Mega Swampert unless he has the Hidden Power Grass, so I'm just freely switching in. I'm kind of afraid of the Magnetize, so I'm going to go for the Waterfall straight up. And he switches into his Milotic, and that's fine, that's a good play by Shroom. Now, I don't want to be staying in and getting Scald burned, and I also want to preserve some momentum. Now, the good play, since I had sub on Kingdra, would be to go into Kingdra. Now, I didn't go into Kingdra because I thought maybe he will have Dragon Tail, because he seems to be carrying quite a lot of hazards, so that's why I didn't go into Kingdra, but I should have, because it's a specially offensive Kingdra, and now the Ferrothorn that comes in takes a really nice, really lovely, really well-timed crit burn from a Scald, and it's kind of useless at this point, so it's just gonna set up rocks. Azelf comes in, it's going to set up rocks as well. I'm going for Gravity as I'm kind of expecting Azelf to kind of kill me. And on this turn I click Shadow Claw just in case he wanted to, I don't know, stay in and do something weird. He decides to go into Klefki, and that's fine. Now, he's probably going to go for another spike, so I might as well set up my Rain and then switch straight out into Mega Swampert to threaten pretty much everything with an Earthquake. Now, he has the Hidden Power Grass, that's kind of unfortunate, but it's really good planning on his part, so props for that. And I can feel him switching out because Klefki does not really enjoy being Earthquaked, but he doesn't, as I go for the Dynamic Punch. Thankfully, I get the Confusion hacks. I know it's unfortunate, but this is what Dynamic Punch does, so I'm not too sorry about it. Now, again, Gravity wears out, and I wanna be predicting stuff, so I'm not going to go for Earthquake on the Klefki, although I should, because realistically, if he goes for Magnetize, that's fine, I can still go for a Waterfall next time, or I can switch. If he decides to go into Azelf, I'm still faster than it, and I can go for a Waterfall after that. So there was, like, Earthquake was a good play, and I just didn't go for it. Milotic comes in, and now Earthquake does at max 51%, and it's at 58, right? I'm going to go for it anyway, because I thought Swampert is kind of done, but thankfully I get the crit. Now, it's really unfortunate for Shroom, and I kind of feel bad about it, but at this point I kind of needed the crit as well, because if my Milotic was just staying there and recovering, I wasn't going to have many chances of winning the game, right, with all these hazards on my side of the field. So I suppose it kind of kept the game going, but it's still really unfortunate, and I don't feel really good about it. Anyway, he's going to go into his Seismitoad, which is apparently Swift Swim, and uses Grass Knot, and it takes Swampert out. I'm fine with that. Swampert was kind of meh at this point. I wouldn't really appreciate switching into rocks or anything, so there's that. Now I'm going to go into my Kingdra, and I'm going to make another really questionable play. Even if I was Swift Swim I don't really see a reason why Shroom would switch out, but in the heat of the moment I thought, yeah, I'm gonna fake the Swift Stream, go for a sub, and then set up and win, right? That doesn't really happen, so he goes for knockoff, that's fine. And I'm going to go for a sub, and now I'm going to realize the mistake that I made, and I'm going to thankfully hit a Hydro Pump and take the Seismitoad out. So there's that. Kingdra is kind of dead at this moment. I am not quite sure that I can take a Mach Punch at this range from Hitmontop. If it has any kind of investment in attack, then I probably can't, but I'm just going to go for a Draco, click something just for the sake of clicking it. And he's going to do the really good play and Rapid Spin, and then Mach Punch. So there's Kingdra going down. And at this point I'm like, okay, Talonflame can pretty much stall out the rest of his team. I decided to go for a Willow, and I missed the Willow. And Shroom kind of predicts the Roost here, and he goes for the close combat. That's a good play, and it does quite a lot of damage. Now I want to Roost again, and I probably should have Roosted again, but I was like, nah, maybe he will go for something like Earthquake or something like that. So I'm not too certain about the whole situation, so I just decided to go for the Brave Bird, and that's what I did. Now I'm at a really low amount of HP, so I'm just going to keep roosting. If he wants to go for a rock type attack, that's fine because I had the Charity Berry, but he decides to go for the knockoff, and that's it does quite a lot of damage. I'm going to roost again and kind of scout for how much damage his other attacking moves have. And Zen Headbutt does just above 50%, it does 52 to 54 and stuff like that. So I'm going to do the not so nice thing of just roosting and hoping for a Zen Headbutt miss, but I kinda wanna win, so there's that. I keep roosting, he keeps getting the Zen Headbutt hits, and at this moment I'm at 2%. I don't think that I can take another high roll of Zen Headbutt. So I'm just going to go for Brave Bird. I'm like, fuck it, let's just get some damage off, break any potential sash, and go from there. I'm going to switch into my Weavile now, go for the knockoff. If he decides to go into the... Now, I was actually thinking about it for quite a while. I was kind of predicting the Klefki lead, and I almost clicked Swords Dance, and thankfully he didn't switch, so knockoff takes out the Azelf. Klefki comes in. I don't really enjoy that, but I don't really enjoy lefties as well, so I'm just going for the knockoff, and yeah, I take the lefties off, and Klefki is now at a range where it can be KO'd by Scald in the rain. So I'm going to go into Brian Jordan. It's really it's really specially defensive. I'm sorry, like the phone is going crazy. It's really specially defensive, so it kind of chews the Dazzling Gleam, and it goes for Scald, and it takes out the Klefki. Now, I have the Hypnosis, and I'm pretty sure that I can take a Shadow Sneak at this range, so I'm like, maybe if I do manage to hit the Hypnosis, I'm going to win, right? I don't, and Shroom goes for the Swords Dance. Alright, maybe he doesn't have Shadow Sneak, and maybe I can hit the next Hypnosis and win? No, I don't hit the other Hypnosis as well. And Aegislash is going to take out the Polydor with a Sacred Sword, and at this point Spikes and Rocks take out the Ferrothorn, and that's the game. That was a really, really good game, Shroom. That was really well played. I suppose I could have played a bit better with my Swift Streamers, and all of my water types could be better in this game, but it wasn't that bad. I feel like hacks happened on both sides, so it kind of cancelled out, in my opinion. If you feel hacked by the game, then I suppose I'm sorry. Like, the Milotic crit was pretty brutal, but oh well, that's the game we play. I'm really looking forward for the replay. I'm really going to be more well prepared, and I'm not going to be as I don't think that I'm going to overpredict as much as I did on this game. So I'm pumped for it. Stay tuned. I love each and every one of you. No, actually, I don't love each and every one of you. I love the most of you. What the fuck am I saying? Goodbye.